What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you guys, and this is going to be a DVD/Blu-ray update, the end of the month of October. I have not been around. I've been absent making videos for about a month. I do apologize for that, like always. Just really been busy. I wanted to do a lot more videos in October, but I haven't had time to do them. So this is kind of a free day for me to make a video for you today. And also stay tuned on Monday because I will have a Halloween/October themed video coming to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this update. I'm gonna get started. It's a lot here, a lot of birthday pickups that I got, birthday presents from friends that I got, non-horror movies, horror movies, just a lot of genres here, and a lot more Blu-rays compared to DVDs. So gonna get started with the non-horror movies first. The first one I picked up, I think it was like the end of September, and I haven't shown it off yet, at least I don't think so. And that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which I've seen parts of and I actually really enjoy. I haven't sat down and watched the whole thing yet, but I'm going to watch it once October's over. So October's really dedicated to watching scary movies. It's always like that for me every month or every October, but looking forward to sitting down and finally watching this because I miss seeing it in theaters. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, picked that one up at work for $12.99, so it was a really good deal. This next one I picked up really cheap at Dollar General. It was $4.95. I have the first film. I loved the first movie, but I grew up with the first and second one as a kid. And I saw the third one, and, you know, it's not very good. But the first two movies have a special place in my heart, and I can't wait to rewatch this one and the first one back to back. And that is The Never-Ending Story Part 2, or the next chapter. So $4.95 at Dollar General, you can't beat it. Sometimes you find some really cool stuff there on Blu-ray. The next ones are all actually new releases that have come out within the end of September and this October. I just haven't got a chance to watch them yet, like I said, or I've seen some of them, but I haven't got a chance to watch a lot of the stuff that will be first-time watches that I didn't see in theaters. But this first one is a movie that I haven't seen yet. It's another Marvel movie, and it is SpiderMan Homecoming. I picked this one up with some birthday money, so got it when it first came out last week. Looking forward to watching that in November. This film, I actually did sit down and I kind of broke a rule a little bit. And I sat down and I watched this when I picked it up on Blu-ray because I absolutely love this movie. It's my #1 movie so far this year, and I saw it twice in theaters, and that is Wonder Woman. Fantastic movie in my opinion, and my favorite newer DC movies that we've gotten so far. You know, I'm a DC fan. I love the newer stuff. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I love anything pretty much DC has brought out, besides, you know, some of the older corny stuff like Batman and Robin, which I don't completely hate. I don't love it. Loved it as a kid. But overall, I'm a DC fan, and this film, in my opinion, is one of the better, newer DC movies that have come out. Just loved it. So, fantastic film. Saw it in theaters twice, and I watched it on Blu-ray when I got it. This next one I haven't seen yet. I did not see it in theaters, but I'm looking forward to watching it because I am a fan of the series. Just a fun popcorn action flick series in my opinion. I pretty much either love or really enjoyed the other 4 movies, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one, and it is Transformers: The Last Knight. So I haven't watched it yet, but looking forward to watching it. This one I did see in theaters and I absolutely loved it, and that is Girls Trip. Picked that one up on Blu-ray when it came out. Looking forward to rewatching that. The next movies are actually birthday presents because my birthday was at the beginning of October that I got from some friends. This first one is Baywatch that my buddies Brian and Chris got me. So thank you guys. Looking forward to watching this one. I miss seeing it in theaters. Again, that's another one I didn't get a chance to see in theaters. But it really bombed at the box office, and critics really slammed it. But I'm looking forward to watching it. So Baywatch has a great cast, so looking forward to seeing it. The next two, my buddy Doug, or Doug Lander, got me for my birthday. This first film is a gay-themed movie, and I've seen this movie before. I love it. I can't wait to rewatch it. It's a happy film. It's a sad movie, but the chemistry between the two actors in the movie is fantastic, and it is Holding the Man, a love story for everyone. Love this movie. Can't wait to rewatch it. So thank you for that, Doug. And thank you for the first horror movie that I'm going to show off in this Blu-ray/DVD update. And like I said, thank you, Doug, for this. And it is House on Willow Street. I meant to watch this a couple weeks ago, got really tired, so I decided to turn it off. So I'm going to watch it soon. I've heard of this movie. Where I work, I've seen this movie get rented out quite a bit. And I read the back of it, and it sounds really good. It has Shawnee Vinson, if I'm saying her name right, Vinson, who was in You're Next, and I love her. And it just sounds like it'd be a great movie, so I'm looking forward to watching this finally. So, House on Willow Street. This next one is not a horror movie, but it's Halloween themed, and I'm watching these probably tomorrow because I grew up with these films, and they're just perfect Halloween films to watch. And it is Halloweentown 1 and 2, made for Disney movie, or made for the Disney Channel, back in like the late 90s, early 2000s when Disney was awesome. The 90s was awesome. What happened to Disney, I have no clue. But Halloweentown 1 and 2, childhood favorites of mine. I haven't seen them in years, but I've always wanted to buy the films, and I never did. These are the only two I like. I didn't like 3, and I didn't like 4. I don't need those. The first 2 films are the ones that I need. So, Halloweentown 1 and 2, really good cheap buy, so had to pick that up. These next 2, I'm pretty sure I got these in the beginning of September, but I didn't show them off. And if I did, I apologize. I got one for $5 with the other movie that I bought, which was, I think, like $7.95. And the pack is actually going out of print. But I got these at FYE really cheap, and they're just fun movies to watch in October. The first film, or the first films, is the Hellraiser Collection. This, I believe, is from Lionsgate, which I actually thought it was from Mill Creek. So it's from Lionsgate. This comes with 3 through part 8. And I've just been curious to rewatch the later sequels. Some I actually liked when I first watched them, but I want to rewatch all of the later sequels. I'm a huge fan of the first 3. I love those films. Revelations, I don't need that piece of crap. Sorry. In my collection, terrible movie. But I will own the others and give them a watch. And the actual standard DVDs are actually hard to get now. I used to have them all. I don't know why I got rid of them, but yeah, I wanted to get this back and watch the later sequel. So yeah, the Hellraiser Collection, pretty neat because it does come with a 2-disc. There's a flipper there, and then I think 3 of them come on the second DVD. So yeah, cheap buy at FYE. Like I said, I think that's going out of print. So this next one was $5 with the Hellraiser Collection if I picked it up. And I couldn't pass it up because this thing goes for like $10 or $15 normally. And that is The Stand, a made-for-TV Stephen King adaptation. It's in 4 parts. I saw this back in like mid-2000, early 2000 for the first time. It actually scared me. You know, and at that time I was younger, but it did scare me when I was younger. I haven't watched it in a long time though, so I'm looking forward to rewatching this series again. So, like I said, it's a 4-parter, so it's going to take me a while to watch it, but I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Some of his, you know, TV adaptation movies are 50-50, but I enjoy a lot of them, so looking forward to watching The Stand again. Now going on to the horror movies that I picked up on Blu-ray. Got a lot of these this October. This first film, I want to give a rewatch. I'm not going to, you know, watch it once and be done with it. And I'll own it because I love the rest of the films overall in the series. But it's Call of Chucky. I'll tell you right now, it's an okay movie. People either love or hate this film. I think it's okay. Real quick, I really enjoyed it up until the end. and I thought some of the newer characters were kind of, you know, forgettable. I loved Fiona Dorff in the movie for most part, until you get to the end, which I'm not going to spoil if you've never seen it. But it was okay. It was different the way they ended the movie, and I think that's where it fell apart for me, really. But yeah, Cult of Chucky, it's an okay movie. I want to rewatch it, and I think I'm going to do a full review of it when I do rewatch it. But yeah, I still have it unopened until I watch it again. I'm gonna keep it because I do have the other films. Seed of Chucky had to grow on me, so I'm hoping Cult of Chucky does. Let's see. The bright side, you do get Fiona Dorff in this movie. She does a great job overall. You got some returning characters, Jennifer Tilly, Alex Vincent, and a cameo that you see at the end credits, which I'm not going to mention who that is. But I really liked Alex Vincent in this movie. I know some people thought he was kind of boring or kind of stiff acting. But for a guy that really doesn't act, I thought it was actually... His storyline was interesting in this movie. And Jennifer Tilly, it's always great to see her. You know, she's just awesome in my opinion. So, but Cult of Chucky, an okay movie. It's my least favorite of the series. But like I said, it took me a while to appreciate Seed, so I'm hoping that happens with Cult. The next one, and the next three are actually things I got at Best Buy. The first one is House of Wax. Picked these up actually this past weekend, and I got some really good deals for them. This was $14.99 brand new, and I think this was out of print for the longest time. I'm not even sure if you can get it for a good price on Amazon anymore. I haven't looked recently. But when I wanted to pick it up, it was going for like $30 used. I picked this up for $14.99 brand new. This is the Vincent Price House of Wax. I saw this a long time ago, and I loved it. I'm going to watch it before October ends. I don't have a 3D player, so I just have the 2D version. But for me, I didn't own this in my collection, so I had to pick this one up. So, House of Wax, yeah, definitely a great Vincent Price movie. This next one is kind of like Cult of Chucky. You're either going to love or hate this movie. Critics seem to love it. Moviegoers seem to hate the movie. And I can understand why the moviegoers dislike the movie, because I thought the trailers were very misleading. I think they marketed the movie wrong. And it is. It comes at night. Personally, I watched this movie. I rented it from work, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't watch a lot of trailers for this movie. I think I watched one. So going into this movie, I really didn't expect much. I really didn't hype myself up because I heard friends of mine, they either loved it or they hated the movie. I'm going to say I loved it. I loved the movie. I thought it was a great film. And it is it's a horror movie in my opinion, but it's a different type of horror movie. It really deals with fears that people have, and it has a creepy atmosphere and some disturbing stuff. But if you're looking for a straightforward, over-the-top scary horror movie, like the typical ones that you get, or the horror movie, or scary movie, sorry, that you saw in the trailers. If you're expecting the movie that you saw in the trailers, basically, it's really hard to explain without spoiling this movie. But I will say, if you're expecting the movie that you saw when you watched the trailers, you're not going to get that movie. You have images from the trailer in this movie, but it's a totally different film than what you got from the trailer. So it's hard to talk about without spoiling it. I think I'm going to do a review of this movie because I really, like I said, I love the film. I appreciate this movie so much. It's a different type of horror movie like I mentioned. So, but I knew friends who either loved or hated this movie. So it comes at night. I'll just leave it there. I'll probably do a full-on review when I rewatch the film because it's one that I want to watch again soon. This next one I got at Best Buy as well, and this was $9.99 for all 7 movies, and Jigsaw's coming out this weekend, so I want to rewatch this whole series, and that is the Saw Collection on Blu-ray. $9.99. Walmart had the DVDs for $9.99. Best Buy had this for $9.99 on Blu-ray. So I had to pick up this collection. I didn't have 4 or 5. I'm not too crazy about those movies, but I want to rewatch all of them. And the ones that I had on Blu-ray, I gave to a friend. This comes with no bonus features, which I didn't really watch the bonus features on the other Blu-rays, but it comes with all 7 films. They're unrated versions. So I thought that was neat. So I picked that one up. Like I said, it was $9.99, part of Best Buy's Halloween selection. So good deal for that one. This next one was another Dollar General buy, and it was a scary movie or a horror movie that I picked up for $4.95 when I got The Neverending Story, and it's a worthy upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray, and that is The Woman in Black. So pick that one up. In my opinion, great movie. Really surprised me. It was one of those January 2012 theatrical films that usually that's a crappy month, but that was a great movie in my opinion. The next one is the Children of the Corn Arrow edition on Blu-ray. Really neat edition. Watch the bonus features. Some of the same oldie bonus features that you get from previous releases, but you also get some new interviews. I haven't watched the Blu-ray itself yet, so I don't know about the transfer, but I'm going to be watching it soon. So Children of the Corn, had to pick that one up. It's one of my favorite horror movies. The next one came out yesterday, and this is so far my top 5 favorite movies of the year. And it came out quick. It came out in theaters at the end of August, and it's already out at the end of October, and that is Annabelle Creation. Love this movie. Definitely surprised me. My second favorite horror movie of the year, next to Stephen King's It. Loved Annabelle Creation. Like I said, it surprised me. The first film I actually like. You know, it's a pretty good film. This movie, way better. Fantastic film in my opinion. Annabelle Creation. I think I gave it a 5 out of 5. Love it. These next two are cheap Walmart buys, but these were some of Walmart's Halloween exclusives. And these were cheap scary movies to either get for the first time or get ones that are upgraded movies from DVD. The first one is Killer Klowns from Outer Space with that new artwork. They're actually postcards, not postcards. How do I explain it? Note cards. I'll just say note cards. It's probably wrong. But basically when you open this artwork here comes off. So if you want to keep it, what I did was I just slipped it in the Blu-ray. Love the artwork, so it was worth keeping. Killer Klowns from Outer Space, childhood favorite in my opinion. That's weird to say, but I watched it as a kid, and I had the DVD, and what I did was I kept the DVD and I made a DVD Blu-ray combo, but this was $7 to buy on Blu-ray, so for me this was a worthy upgrade. I've always passed it up, so I needed to upgrade on it. It was really cheap. This next one is a film I saw in theaters, didn't care for it. Like the first half of the film, the second half actually kind of fell apart real fast. But I'm willing to give this movie a third watch, because I saw it when it came out on Blu-ray when I rented the movie for the first time, and I still had the same feeling, so I'm hoping I have a better appreciation for the movie. I'm not expecting much, but this was $7, so don't hate on me when I show this, but it's the Poltergeist remake. And I also got it because it's a completist for me. I love the first 3 original Poltergeist films, so it was $7. It was a cheap buy. Don't hate on me. I enjoy the first half of the film, so, you know, that's kind of a plus. The second half and the third act, like I said, just really falls apart. If the second half and third act would have been much better, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But yeah, the Poltergeist remake, I got it for $7, people. I was going to pay $15 when it came out, so. But this last thing I want to talk about is kind of a rant, a little bit. I got this really cheap Blu-ray of a movie that I absolutely love, so I really didn't expect the best quality from this movie because it is a Mill Creek release. However, Mill Creek, the last couple releases I got, have really had great transfers in my opinion for really cheap Blu-rays to buy. And this was a cheap Blu-ray to buy, and I also got it to support a fellow YouTuber who used to be on here, Film Fan Pete. I got it to support him, but the transfer itself, just not the greatest. And that's Night of the Living Dead, the Mill Creek edition. I know Criterion's releasing this. I got it for $8. I said, why not get it? My big problem with this release, first of all, it's the same transfer that this Night of the Living Dead UK release got. Same transfer. Nothing new. Maybe the sound's slightly better with this, but you're basically getting the same thing. So if you got this release, don't worry about getting this. You're not getting an upgraded transfer, in my opinion. I appreciate that this movie's finally out on Blu-ray in the US, but it was just a crappy transfer, in my opinion. Criterion's releasing it, so I highly recommend actually just waiting for Criterion. I will be buying that one because I hope, and I've heard, that the Criterion transfer that they actually released in theaters is far better. Like I said, I supported this for my buddy Pete, and it was $8, and I was hoping the transfer was actually going to be good, but it fell flat. So I don't recommend picking this up. There's no real bonus features. My buddy Pete does a commentary on the movie, so that's pretty cool. So congratulations on that, Pete. But the Blu-ray itself and the transfer, very disappointing. Neat artwork, disappointing transfer. I would say if you have the Dimension DVD release that they came out with, I think almost 10 years ago, that is the best the movie's ever looked, in my opinion. So, but yeah, this was the last thing I picked up, and I had to talk about it real quick. And before I go, I originally had a Scarefest video that I recorded, but it, for some reason, wouldn't upload, so I hope this one actually uploads. But real quick, I watched the movie, I have the movie, I just forgot it. Easter Sunday, directed, written, and starring my buddy Jeremy Todd Moorhead. Easter Sunday, fantastic slasher movie if you've not seen it. Congratulations to everybody who was involved with that movie. I loved it. I had a blast watching it. It was a slasher movie that was meant to be fun, and it lived up to all of it. Fantastic, in my opinion. Just a fun ride. So I wanted to mention that real quick because I actually gave a full kind of detailed review in that Scarefest video, but like I said, for some reason it wouldn't upload, and it's been about 3 weeks since I've done that video, so I'm not even going to bother to upload it. But hopefully this uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed my pickups. Hopefully you enjoyed me talking about them. Sorry I went a little bit fast. I hope the video's not too long for you. But look out for a October video to come on Monday. I have something really cool planned that I want to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. And like always, go eat some Skittles, guys. All right.